Welcome to the Dowdum Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today I want to talk about men's mental health. Now, I understand people might ask why only men's mental health, and to them, it's what I know most about and relate to. But in the future, we are going to have multiple people on, and we are going to do multiple episodes on a men's and woman's mental health, where we can actually get viewpoints from both sides and really dive in deep into a handful of topics. But with that said, men's mental health is something people never really take into consideration. And from a person who has depression and past problems, it can get lonely. And I know I'm not the only one. You see, as a man, we're taught from the ground up to be tough, at least when I grew up. And so were a lot of other people. We were taught to not show weakness and to always stand up tall. And so was the generation before us. But my question is when's it going to be time when we can show? When will it be time when people ask if we are the ones that are okay? As a man from my generation and before, it's been your job to take care of your family and the people you love. You are meant to step in front of the fire for them and take sacrifices that other people normally wouldn't do. But with that, obviously, comes pain and comes stress. You see, in our society, it's almost like men are almost held to the standard that if you're not mentally strong or financially stable, then you are irrelevant, you know, and that happens to a lot of men. There are a lot of broken men, but the thing is they weren't broken for no reason. People aren't born broken. There's always a reason behind it. Was it from the countless hours that they spent at work just so he could buy that girl that bag that she used once? Or all the times he comforted you because something happened at work or at school and you didn't want to be alone? Because my question is when did you actually do it for him? If you actually have a man or any guy friend or even in a relationship, when do you ask if he's really ever okay? When do you comfort him after a long day? And it's sad because the real answer is probably never, and that goes for most men in today's world. Nobody really takes the time to see if we're okay anymore because they just assume we are, because we say we're fine, or we look the other way and beat ourselves up for it. If you want to believe it or not, it's actually really hard for a man to show their true emotion. That's just simply because men don't have an outlet or support system for problems or their mental health. As a grown man, I can't go and call 6 guy friends and go meet up and talk about my problems. It's not that I don't want to or that I don't have the people. It's just not normal. For most men, not all, but most, if we really went up to you, man or woman, and wanted to talk about what was really going on, you'd be worried because it's not normal. Because you're used to them always smiling with you guys and in a good mood, not knowing what's really going on in the inside. Because as a man in today's society, you can't show weakness. You have to be strong 24/7. If you cry alone. If you hurt emotionally, you beat yourself up until you get past it. And you tell yourself you're strong if you believe it or not. We do things 24/7 just to be accepted and fit the standard, but for who? For yourself or for society? I can promise that there's at least 100 men out there right now really going through it mentally, either over stuff they went through or seen, but can't open up without feeling weak after it. We need to make an outlet and allow men to express themselves without judgment, because it doesn't matter who you are at the end of the day. You can only keep things cooped up for so long until it all comes rushing out. And who knows what that can bring. So just talk before it's too late. Specifically for men, drop that damn ego and talk and ask for help. It doesn't make you less of a man. It doesn't make you weak. As a matter of fact, it shows you're ready for that next step towards overall growth. So if you know anyone, but specifically a man, ask if they're okay, genuinely, and expect pushback. Expect them to say I'm fine, or expect short words. But if you show you really care and you want to help, the right man will open up to you and do anything for you. They will go out of their way, no matter who it is, because as a man, trust and loyalty mean more to us than anything else in this world. So, with all that being said, today's quote is by the amazing reggae artist Bob Marley. He once said, "The greatness of a man is not in how much wealth he acquires, but in his integrity and his ability to affect those around him positively." So, with that said, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Make sure to like, follow, and share. And this is the Dowdle Podcast.